Good morning, Year 1, and welcome to the first day of Week 4's Maths. Today we're going to be focusing on money, and we're going to be doing that for the rest of the week. And we're going to be relating that to some of the other work we've been doing earlier in the year. So, to start with, I've got a bit of a challenge. Can you write down, or tell your grown-up, the values that I'm going to make? How much is that? Brilliant, that's 12. How much is this now? Brilliant, that's 15. Okay, and how much is it now? Well, you might have been able to go straight to changing the tens. Okay, so you're brilliant at that, but now what I want you to do is very quickly draw this value. Draw me cubes, tens and ones. Okay, you done it? Well, no. How come you haven't done it so quickly? I thought you'd be able to do that dead quick. We'll have a go at this one instead. Okay, let's see. Show you grown up. Still haven't done it. Why do you think that is? Is it because it's really quite hard to draw quickly and accurately? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Something like this. I mean, don't feel too bad because look how long it's taken me to do it. So this is not what we call an efficient method, is it at all? 1, 2, 3, 4. That takes way too long and it looks pretty bad anyway. So here we go. This is how we represent tens and ones. So what do you think this long line represents? Brilliant. That would represent the 10. And what do you think these dots represent? That's right, they represent the ones. So if you write down what you think the value of this first one is, I'm going to make it using these tens and ones. And you tell me to stop when I've reached the right point. Stop! Well done. That's right. So that value is 16. See, even me using the equipment, it takes a while. What do you think this next value is? Again, write it down while I try to make it quickly. And tell me to stop when I get there. Stop! Brilliant. So how much is that? That's 23. Do you see how this line represents one 10, this line represents another 10, and then the dots represent the cubes? If we wanted to be precise, we could rotate them so it looks exactly the same, couldn't we? But I think you're clever enough to see that's the same. Okay, what about this last one? How much is that? So I'll make it while you write down the value and tell me to stop when I reach the right point. Stop. Brilliant. Okay, so how much is that? Well, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so, right, your challenge now is to have a go at matching the tens and ones equipment with the correct representation. And the line represents 10, the dot represent ones. So, if you have a go at that, pause the video now. And at the bottom, if you can draw your own, that would be brilliant. And then we're going to check it in just a moment. So what you're going to be doing is drawing a line between the tens and the ones and their equivalent. Okay, so pause the video now, grown-ups, and when you're ready, we'll start again. Okay, welcome back. So this first one has got a value of 6, and it must have 6 dots. The next one, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 25. So that must match the 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And that means that this one almost certainly matches to that. It's got the two 10s, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it definitely matches. Okay, so now you need to be doing the dots yourself, drawing these 2, 3, 4, 5. I would just copy the patterns, my 6, so that represents 9. This one, a 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's 17. This one, 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 29, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this last one, you might not know the value, but you still be able to represent it. 10, 20, 30, 1, 2. Brilliant, and that's all there is to that. But I said that this related to money, and I want you to think about how that might be as we go through the week. Okay, here we go. This is your challenge. I want you to try to tell your grown-up what each of these coins the value is. And grown-ups, if your child doesn't know them, it doesn't matter. But what would be really good is if you've got some change around the house or in your purse or in your wallet, if you could get them out and let them handle as many of the coins as possible. And what we're going to be talking about in a minute is which coins have something in common. Okay, so pause the video now, and when you're ready to start, the first thing we'll do is work out their value. Okay, so welcome back. So you might be able to read here that this has got 10 pence written on it, which means it's worth 10p. This one down here has got 2 pence, so that's worth twopence. This one's got 5 pence written across, so that's worth 5p. This one's a bit trickier, you have to turn your head on the side, but it's got 20 pence written down there. This one over here is relatively easy to read, 50 pence. 50 looks like this, 50 pence. Next one, it's got 1 penny. Okay, and then these ones have got a different word. It says pounds, pound. And this is £1, which we do with a strange sign, a bit like that. And this is £2. Okay, so those are all the common coins in currency. What I want you to do now is have a look at them and see if you can tell your grown-up one thing that different sets of coins have got in common. Okay, so pause the video now, and when you're ready, we'll talk about what kind of things they have in common. Okay, so welcome back. So, first thing that you could separate these out is by looking at the colour. These two are called coppers because they've got a coppery bronze colour. These are called silver. 1, 2, 3, 4. They've all got the same colour. And then these two, the pound coins, have got gold and silver and mixed together. Okay, can you see anything else similar? What about these two? What have these two got in common? That's right, they're irregular shapes. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which we call a heptagon. And this one has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as well. 7-sided shapes. These two are obviously purely circular, and therefore it's got something in common with that and that. These two are more or less the same size. These two are more or less the same size. And these ones, if you have actually handled them, what else have you noticed about them? That's right, they're thicker as well. So there's lots of different ways. Now your sole task now, and feel free to flick back to this or try to read the coins, and ideally grown-ups, if you can find the right coins, it will be that much simpler if they can handle them, is to have a go at saying how much each of these are worth. And don't forget, if you look at them closely, you will be able to see the value in words. Okay, so over to you. And Zug has a challenge if you finish. Try to use 3 tens and 9 1p coins and make the equivalent using tens and ones, or draw the equivalent and use that to work out your coins. So grown-ups, you could make the tens and ones, or you could have your child make the tens and ones and try to come up with as many different ones as you can. That's just something if you finish this quickly. Okay, so welcome back. So let's go through this first one. You can see it's got 10 pence written. So instead of writing 10 pence, we just write 10p. The next one, if you look carefully, it's got 5p. Next one, that's one of the coppers, so that's 2p. The coppers are worth the least. This is quite tricky to see, but you probably remember it says 20 pence. And this big one next to it is easier to read. That says 50 pence. So now we're on to the weird pound sign. So that is £1. That is £2. And this one in between, can you remember what's the smallest coin we have? Brilliant, that's 1 pence. Okay, so we just to finish with, we have a plenary. Can you tell your grown-up what's hidden behind each of the shapes? And then I'm going to move the shape out of the way. So what's behind the yellow star? Pause the video until you're ready to go. Let's have a look. That's right, it's a 10 pence. What's behind the turquoise triangle? Here it comes. Brilliant, the 20 pence. What's behind the purple oblong or rectangle? That's a big, big coin. Can you tell? Brilliant, that's the £2. What's underneath our turquoise circle? That's not helping, is it? The 2 pence. What's behind the orange right angle triangle? A penny, 1 pence. What's behind the green square? Well, that's really hard. The only thing we know is it's a bit silver. So you might be able to do it by elimination. It's looking easier now. Any ideas? Brilliant, the 50 pence. So what's underneath our pink heart? Any idea? That's right, it's the 5 pence. And the last one, what's behind our green semicircle? That's right, it's the pound. Well done. We're going to practice that most days this week, but that's a brilliant start to this week's work. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and we've got another lesson along tomorrow.